After 24 years of being a teacher, today I officially resigned. I have been doing this, like I said, for a very long time. My goal was to make it to the end of the year before I, quote unquote, retired. But I can't. I am here making this video, and I'm speaking to you, the parents. Parents, you need to get off the backs of your teachers. I am leaving this profession because the societal expectations of teachers are out of control. Parents, you are part of that society. We cannot meet the needs of all of the children. I know in a very altruistic way you would like us and you think that we can, but that is not the reality. The system is not set up for us to be able to do that. I am now going to be speaking out about the truth of teaching and what teachers go through on a daily basis and all of the extraneous incidences, I suppose, that we have to deal with. It's out of control.
I can agree with her. When I was in high school, I was a handful. So I could only imagine what these kids are like when they're given a cell phone and told to get the hell out of my face by their parents. I have three kids, so I understand it's very hard, but that is terrible to do. You have to engage with them because they need to get their energy out. Either they're gonna do it at home or they're gonna do it in the classroom. And it's up to you to let them know when is the proper time and the proper place to do that.
Parents, your child is not the only one in this room. Parents, we are doing the best that we can given the situation that we're in. Parents, your child is in a classroom with 33 other kids who have 33 special needs. And I'm not talking IEP special needs, I'm just talking needs. There are some parents who struggle meeting the needs of one child, two children, three children. Well, imagine trying to meet the needs of 34 all at the same time. And then, forget about 34, how about 130 plus that we see throughout the day? Your expectations are unrealistic. They are.
Yeah, but aren't 90 something percent of teachers liberal? They vote Democrat. So most teachers feel the same way most Democrats do when they scream, everyone deserves an education, right? So when you flood the borders and your mantra is no one is illegal on stolen land, then all the people that you say should be allowed and deserve an education, you have to teach now. And now you're overwhelmed. Not everybody is going to get an education. Yeah, you're going to be in the classroom. Are you going to learn anything? Because obviously our kids are learning nothing. Our our test scores have fallen ever since we have allowed mass migration into this country, especially since the 90s, 80s and 90s. Like, what are we talking about? You guys made your bed, now lay in it. This is and I understand some parents are very disconnected with their kids. Me, myself, I am very connected with my son. He's 5 years old. He started kindergarten in August, right? When he comes home, this is what we do. This is him. Handwriting ain't the best. Some of them ain't right. But I make sure he's doing math. I make sure, and on this one, my wife made him do majority of the subtraction ones because he does all the addition ones perfectly, no problem. 5 years old. I taught him with Hot Wheels. It's when she says parents are disconnected with their kids, I can agree with that to a certain extent. but it's also your political affiliations and your ideology is the reason that all these kids are in your classroom because you say that their parents deserve to come here for a better life. Their kids deserve a better education. You're the educator. Educate. Because I remember being in the first grade and there was, um, I believe it was ESL or something like that, where the Hispanic kids had to go learn English. And now we have the Muslim kids. We have everybody coming in to this country, especially the last 4 years, and you guys had nothing to say about it. You guys are screaming about the kids that are getting deported, or whose kids the kids' parents that are getting deported now. But then you cry that your classrooms are overfilled. So yeah, the parents' expectations, if they're not involved in their kids' schoolings, are unrealistic, but so are yours because your expectations were to allow everybody to come here for an education and now you're quitting because it's too much on you and you're not the only teacher.
The teachers are leaving. The teachers are getting the hell out of the classroom. And here's some of the main reasons why I think that teachers should do a mass exodus out of the classroom. One, it's been so normalized that teachers have to deal with over 20 kids in a classroom and no support. That's not normal. It's not normal for an adult to be in charge of over 20 kids in a classroom. Not only is it not normal, but it's dangerous. Two, the parents are out of touch.
This is part of the 92% more than likely. Why don't you go volunteer? Everybody who says all these kids deserve a better education, go volunteer then. The teachers are putting it on themselves, and so are you. So go help out your comrades. Go do it because this is a product of your voting habits. No one did this to you guys. Literally. Some parents did. Okay, I probably misspoke. Some parents did. Some parents are definitely disconnected and they're stupid. Should not be having kids of their own. But
The
come on.
parents are out of touch. I have never met a more group of out of touch people than the parents of elementary school kids. Not only are they out of touch, but they lack accountability for their children's behaviors. They make it the teacher's problem. They make it the administration's problem. Here's one of my craziest school stories. I have a crazy school story that I would like to share. There was a little boy who was a problem. Big problem. He got in a fight with a little girl. These are kindergartners. He was 5, she was 5. But he spun her around and threw her. She bleeds out of her ear. She's bleeding out of her ear. And I tell her, you're allowed to defend yourself if you are being harmed, right? They used to fight out on the playground all the time. Again, you've got over 30 kids. You got a couple teachers. That's not enough teachers to watch over a group of 30 plus kids. It's not. Things happen. Accidents happen. Kids fight. The parent of the boy comes up to the school trying to fight me. I'm standing at the door. She's walking down the hallway. I'm holding steady. Can't nobody put their hands on me, baby. I will lose this job. This job means nothing to me. Put your hands on me if you want. I'm waiting for it. I couldn't wait for one of the parents to put their hands on me. She backs off because she sees my demeanor, which usually happens. It's like, I can get crazy. But she wants to confront me because her son is harassing and harming little girls in the classroom. Interesting. We've done the meetings. We've done the talks. We've done the class dojo conversations. She was just a terrible parent who lacked accountability. 3, administration is nothing but a bunch of...
Where's his father? That nips that in the bud. My son act up. I tell his teacher she can call me. I'll come down to his school in a heartbeat. Don't tell him I'm coming. I want him. I want to see his face when he sees me walk through that door. That's what I want to see. Deer in a headlight. But that young man probably doesn't have a father. That's probably why he thinks it's okay. It happens that way. No one's gonna teach him until he gets out into the real world and another young boy or a grown man smacks him in the mouth. So hopefully he learns it shit maybe before he turns 13, goes to high school, because you never know, you can get really beat, you can get the shit beat out of you when you get that age. But yeah, it's probably because he doesn't have a father in his home. He thinks it's okay.
enablers. Bunch of enablers. They enable the behaviors. Imagine sending a kid to the office because they're behaving badly. They're hurting other children. You send them to the office and they come back with a bag of Skittles and some salt and vinegar potato chips. 4, it's something new every fucking week. New piece of software, a new document that needs to be filled out. Parents, teachers get home. They don't get to relax. They don't get to put their feet up and smoke a joint. They got to be planning for the next day. And on the weekends, they're planning for the weekdays. When you are a teacher, there's always something. There's always something. Oh, now there's a second attendance sheet we got to fill out? Oh, why is there a second attendance sheet that needs to be filled out? Oh, now there's a new document that needs to be filled out by the end of the day? Okay. Oh, and there was another document that I need to fill out and turn in by the end of the school day. Okay, cool. People who don't teach really could never understand what it's like in a classroom as a teacher. If you want teachers to stay, hit up them donors choose. Hit up them cash apps. Give them a reason to want to stay. Otherwise, I hope more teachers leave the profession. And I hope they continue to until there's none left.
Well, some of the stuff that she was saying, it just seems like she was complaining. Everybody has things in their job that seems unnecessary. Everybody's job changes. I'm a plumber. Come on now. You're not alone in that instance, but it's your fault. In a sense, it's your fault. Don't vote for all of these kids' parents to be able to come here, because when they come here, they bring their children, and you end up having to teach them. Like, come on now. And then you want to talk about language barriers, things like that. Certain kids from other countries play differently, are rougher than others, and now you have all of those kids on one playground. It's a melting pot, just like you wanted it. Deal with it. But parents, do your job too. You should be involved in your kids' education. My mom wasn't that involved in my education. If it was up to her, if it was left up to her, I probably wouldn't have graduated. I definitely wouldn't have graduated. She didn't give a damn. Literally. When I was a junior in high school, I had what? I think 13 credits, and I think it was 13 or 15. Maybe 15, because I believe you get like 13 every year, and I only got 2 my sophomore year. So my junior year, I get there, and I'm only considered a sophomore. I had to go to a continuation school, get every grade that I had to get for my junior year, get every grade that I was missing for my sophomore year, go to summer school to get the last 2 credits, did the last 2 credits, right? And then I was able to go back to my high school and graduate. If I didn't do that, if I didn't put that battery in my back to get up every morning, take the bus to from Mira Mesa to Linda Vista, if you live in San Diego, had to go to Mark Twain, you feel me? Main Twain, if you know what I mean, every day. Made sure I got back to high school because I also wanted to play football. So made sure I could do that. But you got to understand, parents, you have to be involved. I wasn't the best in school, and it was because I was too self-conscious to ask questions, especially if I felt like, why the hell does everybody else understand it and not me? Am I stupid? You get what I'm saying? But I didn't have a reinforcement in my house, especially when my parents divorced. That reinforcement was gone when it came to education and other things like that. But yeah, parents, do your job. It's up to you. Teachers, vote better. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Also, share the video. If you think this is a good conversation, share the video. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Peace.